It's been a while since I've heard this lovely lady. Miss Jessica Kinni is here on the air right now. How's it going?
Hello, hello.
And how you doing?
I'm doing great. Are you guys both there?
Yeah, yes, yes. Thank you so much for being on this anniversary show. The Kenny Connection is reunited.
Always. I know that makes me laugh every time. And
Yes.
what's even funnier, Kenny, is that I have two family members named Jeff. So there's two Jeff Kinneys, and then there's Kenny, Jessica. I'm like, are we just all related? What is this exactly?
You know, Jessica, from the looks of it, we just might. You never know.
I mean, because you and I could probably be twins, except that I'm a girl. And you can't be twins if you're a guy and a girl. It's like only sex twins. But otherwise,
we probably could be like cousins or something like that.
congratulations on 9 years.
Thank you, thank you. So it's been a few years since we've last talked. So
Oh my gosh, has it?
yeah, it's been probably 2 years, I will say. So
Wow.
let's get caught up with Miss Jessica Kinni. What you've been up to, at least in 2016. What you have going on. What you got coming up. You know.
Well, my mom's in town, and I just beat her at Scrabble. So, I mean, pretty much that's like big time right now. I'm kind of riding that wave, hoping to generate it into some other wins at board games. But that's been a good stretch for me. I've been doing a lot of hosting work, and I am preparing for a movie. I'm going to be shooting a Western, and I've never shot a Western before, so that should be interesting. And, just doing all of the crazy entertainment stuff that I always do.
So you still live in Los Angeles, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, L.A., Hollywood, so many opportunities out there. Very expensive to live in,
Yes, I noticed.
Yeah. And so, with the Western film, let's get into that. How did the audition process came about?
It was actually an offer, so I didn't actually audition for that. And it's a trio of 3 movies, and I'm very excited. It's somebody I shot a pilot with a few years back, and we stayed in touch. And then when they had this come up, they thought I'd be a good match. And the funny thing is all the bigger stuff I book seems to shoot outside of Los Angeles. So I live here, but then this movie will be shot at in Arizona, in Tucson. So there you go. I mean, you just and then next week I'm hosting an event in Seattle. So it's great to live in Los Angeles, but it seems like living here, then you're always on the road anyway. So who knows, right?
Yeah, that is true. You would think you'll be getting the offers in L.A., but it seems like you're getting more offers outside of L.A. I mean,
you never know. It's so funny like that. You know what I mean? Like if I was tomorrow to say, you know what, I'm gonna move to New York, I would book everything in L.A. It's I think that's just how life works for everybody. I just assume that anyway.
That is true. It's just a matter of opportunities presented in front of you. You take it.
I just won the Scrabble game with my mom, and that was in LA. So that was something local, right? Because I feel good about that.
Jessica Kinni, the Scrabble champion. I'm
exactly.
So.
I mean, what else is there?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the little things in life, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I may have played Scrabble once or twice, but I've never got to win a single game.
I'm weirdly competitive, and I usually always win because I won't give up my turn until I've come up with a really good word. I had to quit playing words with friends on the phone because it took me too long to play my turn because I'd always be, like, trying to find the ultimate whammy word, and then I would get annoyed if I couldn't, so I just turned the game off.
Hey,
so nobody ever play Words with Friends with me. I'm terrible.
I know some friends that, family and friends that plays that game, and I try to play it, and you and I are on the same boat.
Oh my gosh, if we played together, it would take us like a week every time one person would go. We would be playing the same game until the 10th anniversary.
You know, if this was the Olympics, we wouldn't ever be in contention for a medal. I'll just put it that way right now. So for the hosting side of things, you know, you definitely have made a name for yourself over in the hosting side, and I'm proud of you. I'm happy
thanks,
for you.
Kenny.
You definitely have done so much since your reality TV days, and it's good to see someone like you, you know, doing something, you know, stepping away from that after you got the TV recognition, and you're doing it, you know, and you know, I can always tell my family and friends, like, if I ever see a Walk in Love episode, and if I see you, I'm gonna just tell them, hey, that lady right there with the blonde hair, you know, the nicest one of everyone that you've seen on the show, I happen to interview that girl, and she's very, very good. She's very
thank you.
So, I mean, it's
well,
just,
you know how it is. It's like, it's such a funny transition, and you just never know. But since obviously you host this show, and do you just host one other show?
Yeah.
It's just this one in the wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah. You know, I mean, that's enough, right? It takes a certain personality type to be able to do something like that. I think you either kind of get it or you don't. So
that is true.
It takes a lot of work, and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh my gosh, I love this. This is fun. I love getting to know people. I love like having opinions and hearing other people's opinions, and you know, it's just, you know, what you start to, you can't stop after you start doing it, I think.
That is so true, and you know, I've learned so much from, you know, interacting with people's social media. It seems like more than ever, social media has grown more than ever before. Like when I first started this show, all we had was MySpace, and now 9 years later, it's Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Snapchat, Instagram. You know, there's other ways to interact with family, friends, fans, and supporters, etc. It's definitely have evolved. As long as it's in the right hands, of course, and as long as you know what to post and what not to post. You know.
Well, that'll get you in trouble really quickly, won't it?
Yes, luckily I don't have that problem. And I mostly just, I will tweet some things from time to time, and then, you know, it's just that I just wish people would be more careful of what they post on social media, because once you post it, you can't take it back. You can delete the tweet, but once people take a picture of that tweet,
it's immortalized.
It's immortalized, and it's just crazy.
Well, I don't know if you guys ever talk about this, but I laugh my butt off because I feel like people love to overshare, especially on Facebook. And, like, I feel like, you know, I usually don't delete people on Facebook unless they just are consistently in my feed saying something crazy or, like, Debbie Downers, and I'm like, come on, you guys, this is a public platform. Enough is enough. Like, you know, entertain me. Put up some knock-knock jokes or something, but you know, you learn a lot about people now, you know, seeing them on social media that we didn't really have access to. Like, it used to be that you took someone at, you know, at face value, you had to actually really interact with them. But now it's like you're learning all of these, like, nuances about people, you know, just by watching their social media feeds, and you're like, oh, wow, I had no idea that they felt that way about gun control or whatever, you know what I mean? So, or I didn't know they didn't like cats or whatever it is. So it's an interesting way to interact, or sometimes not even interact, just kind of hover. I don't even know what you would call that.
Yeah, I feel like people could are more random on social media than they are if you see them in person.
Totally.
They would go completely left field, and you and one thing about Facebook, people have been begging for a dislike button for
Oh.
years, and yet here's Facebook with these multiple options. You got the like button, you
Mhm.
have the love button, you have that little
Mhm.
shocking face or whatever you call it, a shocking face. I call it shocking face. Then, and then you have that. The closest you will ever get to a dislike is the
Is angry.
is the angry. Uh, I don't.
Totally.
I honestly don't consider a dislike. It's just I
It's
don't know.
just like I'm heated about that
Yeah,
thing or
I'm
whatever.
heated
Yeah.
about what you said or how you say it. But I don't know. It's easy to ask for a dislike button, but when you post something and someone dislike it, you're gonna get all offended.
Right.
It's so it's
Well, lately with some of the things that have been going on in the news, I've been getting into. I've had some people kind of like, I don't really like say anything controversial at all on my Facebook page. It's mostly like, hey guys, keep up with me. I'm doing this thing or I'm doing that thing or do you read this article about space or it's nothing really like deep thoughts with Jessica Kinni and like every once in a while somebody will like read into something I've posted and get like aggressive and I was like, I don't even need a dislike button for your comment. I just delete you. Like goodbye. So you just never know with people, but I mean, and this is kind of the world we live in now. It's actually really exciting. Like we get to do things like have web shows and streaming shows and interact, but there's pros and cons to all of that, right? Because you lose a lot of your privacy.
it's understandable. There's people that wants to be private, and that's fine. You know, and I can understand. You know, I don't really want to post everything what's going on in my life unless it's something
Right.
exciting or
Yeah.
just a typical day at work or whatever. And but I mean, I guess this is America.
Totally.
you can.
So what's exciting? What is the big? Do you guys have any big announcements for the 9-year celebration?
Well, I guess I don't really. I guess I do have some things coming up per se. Like I'm doing more video interviews. I'm
Nice.
doing I'm going to local music shows a lot more, interacting with people
Great.
there. I'm starting to support local music out here in Kentucky.
I saw that. I've
And
been seeing you posting a lot about up and coming
yeah,
artists. That is so
so
cool.
and it also led me into meeting some notable people.
Mhm.
I guess celebrities, well-known music artists as well. And I'm like, I'm a bit surprised because when you think of a lot of artists, they either prefer New York, L.A., Miami, but Lexington, Kentucky.
Or at least Nashville, right?
Yeah,
But there you go. I
yeah,
mean,
but
I guess Lexington is next.
yeah, Lexington. It's like it's not New York City. It's not a big city per se, but it's big enough where there's so much is going on, and it's a lot going on downtown. And I'm always out and about, and I think I'm a bit more somewhat. I guess you could say somewhat a little bit more known now than I
Mhm.
was. Like every time I go to a venue, someone run into me and be like, hey, you're the guy that does the radio stuff. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So clearly, I'm doing something right. So
Well, I mean, it's the 9-year anniversary, so I would let you know what I mean. Like
yeah,
that you have established yourself at this point. We both are just here trying to like move forward and have fun and give people exposure and get to know them, and I think that's what it's about.
that is so true. And I want to thank you, Jessica, from the bottom of my heart to have you on. And you've always been one of my favorites on.
Oh, thank you, Kenny. The
And
Kenny Kinney reunion
Kenny
continues.
Kenny. So, you know, we definitely it's a connection of this magnitude that's only fitting that we do it once a year. So, or at least once
I don't
every.
know how to take that.
So
Aw.
it's just it's it's a weird thing. So you people need to catch the case of Kinni, and maybe we can make it a trending topic, or in your area, in my area. I don't know, but who knows? But
Well, thank you for thinking of me. It's always fun to check in and catch up, and
yes, indeed.
hopefully we'll be doing it again in a year.
Yep. 10-year anniversary, August of next year. I'll definitely have you in mind for sure. And
Well, congratulations,
con-
my friend.
and congratulations to you on the Western film and
Thank
the
you.
hosting duties that you have, and continued success, Jessica. Thank you for your time.
All right. Bye, Kenny. Congrats.
All right, bye-bye.